Greetings to one and all. You're listening to MMJC Updates. In today's edition, we will be trying to understand calculations with respect to retirement by rotation of directors in case of a public company. We will try to understand this calculation with the help of an ROC adjudication order passed by ROC Chandigarh. So, as we are aware, section 152(6)(a) says that two-thirds of the total number of directors should be liable to retire by rotation every year. And this total number of directors is excluding independent directors. So in this case particularly, there was an error in calculation of this two-third number. So the company originally had six total directors, out of which two were independent directors. So like I mentioned, the independent directors are not counted for the calculation of two-third. So total four directors were there. Out of that four, two-third should be liable to retire. So that means that comes to 2.33, and which is to rounded off to nearest digit, that is 3. So three directors were liable to retire by rotation. So this calculation was correct in case, but after that, the company appointed one more non-executive director who was not liable to retire by rotation. So thereafter, the calculation changed. The total number of directors went from 4 to 5. So automatically the number of two-third also changed. It went from 3 to 4. But since the new director, newly appointed, was not liable to retire by rotation, the number of directors who were liable remained to 3 only, which was less than two-third. And as the section says, that minimum two-third directors have to retire, should be liable to retire. So 3 was less than two-third, and hence the company was not in compliance of section 152(6)(a). So this was the order. Now learnings or the food for our thought from these orders is that what cautions we have to take is, first thing, while appointing a new director, we should check our existing board composition and take note of the things that the newly appointed director, we can make him liable to retire or not. Specifically, this caution, it becomes more important when the appointed director is a nominee director. And if the calculation is going to change, then can we keep nominee director liable to retire by rotation is a question. Next thing is that the section says that when two or more directors are serving for same period, and so whosoever is serving the longest has to retire. But if two or more directors are having same period, then it is the choice of the company who has to retire. So company should, prior to AGM only, it should decide in advance that who will be liable to retire. So in order to avoid any confusions. And the third, one more important thing to be taken care of is the provisions mentioned in the Articles of Association of the company. Section gives power to the articles to make provisions in this regard. Hence, it is possible that the provisions of AOA may state that all the total number of directors may be liable to retire. If article has such a provision, then the calculation has to be made accordingly. So this is all in this edition of MMJC Updates. Thank you for listening to us. We await your feedback.